In the life of Africa, what if everything you've heard about Africa is only half the truth? Not the poverty, not the corruption, not even the war, but something deeper, something history doesn't fully explain, because what nobody tell you about Africa might change how you see the entire world.
I wish to make our position plain beyond any matter of doubt as regards the African continent. We in Nigeria appreciate the advantages which the size of our country and of its population give us.
When Africa is shown in the media, the images are often the same: poverty, hunger, conflict. But Africa is not a country. It is a continent of 54 nations, over 1 million people, and thousands of culture. Cities like Lagos, Nairobi, and others are full of innovation, business, and younger entrepreneurs building the future. So why does the world keep seeing only one side? Because the history of Africa has been told most by the outsiders. Long before colonialism, Africa had powerful empires, trade routes, and knowledge system. Kingdoms like Mali, Shanghai, and Great Zimbabwe control wealth and trade across the continent. Gold from West Africa helped build economics from beyond the continent. Scholars in Timbuktu were studying science, mathematics, and philosophy. Africa was not behind. It was connected, organized, and involving.
Ban na iya duk abin da zaka gaya mun a yi mun maganan gaskiya fi sabilillahi, ni siyasan baki na cacan baki.
The turning point was the call for colonization. European powers arrived not to develop Africa but to extract from it. At the Berlin Conference in 1984, Africa was divided without African voice present. Borders were drawn without care of culture, language, or identity. Communities were split, rivers groups were forced together. This wasn't about land, it about control, economic, political, and philosophical. Even after independence, the system doesn't fully change. Many African economies were still designed to export raw materials and depend on foreign markets. Oil, gold, and diamond living in continent. Finished goods come back at higher prices. This created a cycle of dependency, and also a global system of trade and finance often kept African at disadvantage. But here's what nobody's tell you. African is not poor. It is a rich resources, culture, and potential. What exact is not a lack of wealth, but a history of how wealth has been managed, controlled, and sometimes taken. Another truth, not all Africans' challenge come from outside. Corruption, weak institution, and poor leadership has also played a role. Some leaders inherit broken system, and instead of fixing them, they benefit from them. Today, a new story is emerging. Young Africans are building tech startup, creating music, and dominate global chat and sharpen global culture. From fintech in Nigeria to innovation hub in Kenya, to create industry across the continent, Africa is rising in way the world is also beginning to notice. But the growth after happening despite in system, not because of it. Nobody tell you about this. The biggest battle for Africa may not resources or politics, but mindset. Breaking free independency, believing in local solution, building system that works for Africa by African. Because no nation developed by relying entirely on others. So the truth African is not just in past, but its potential. A continent misunderstood, a story unfinished. And the real question is, when Africa fully tells own story, will the world be ready to listen?